Hello, my scrappy friends. It is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for a Kidaholics Kits design team layout. Now, who doesn't love a grid design layout? And I most certainly do. I just find them so much easier when you have multiple photos to put onto one page. Now, I have got 4 photos I'd like to put onto this page. So I'm going to stick with the 3x3, the two lines of 3, the 6 square grid. Now, for me as well, I just wanted to sort of tie in the pattern paper that I'm using in the background. So I cut a little 1/2-inch strip and I'm adding that to just the sides of my page. So not a full border, but just a little side border there. And there you are. You can see the 2 lines of 3 mats that I have cut. They're just a smidge bigger than 3x4, so that when I put my photos on, you can just see a little bit of that showing through behind. So I'm using a ruler just to sort of measure those up and get those as neat as possible. They do end up being a little bit further apart than I had them placed, just because I wanted to rule them and have them as fairly neat and fairly even as I could. While I'm sticking all this down, I will just apologise for any background noise of traffic and things. I am sitting outside. Even though there is some wind and there are some cars, it is still a million times quieter than what inside my house is like at the moment. Matt and the boys are having a bit of a disco, and at the moment the Jackson 5 is blaring quite loudly in there. So I thought it was best if I came and sat in the beautiful summer sunshine that we have here in Australia today, and just enjoy the bit of afternoon sun. So here I am popping all of my cards. They have all been stuck straight down onto the page, and I am ready to start working with my photos. Now, my photos have got some old thickers on the bottom to be the to be like my dimensionals, or to be like the foam that I'm going to use to pop my photos up off the page. And I am going to just put those on 2 photos in the bottom left 2 and 2 photos in the bottom right 2. Now, there's no rhyme or reason as to where you choose to put your photos in a grid layout. I like to put them this way just to sort of change it up a little bit, and it also gives me those 2 diagonal squares of each corner to embellish with just different bits and pieces. It also sort of tells the story, because those first 2 photos are the shopping list that Thomas wrote while he was at kinder with his kinder teacher, and the aftermath of our shopping and all the things that he picked to have. And then the bottom 2 photos that are a bit later in the night are the actual event itself. Now, this is just a special Thomas and Mummy night. Daddy and Jack had gone for a sleepover at Nan and Pa's, and Thomas and I had stayed home, so we were having our own little special movie night. And Thomas had written out the menu and the shopping list that he wanted, which of course was full to the brim of treats. And then also at the bottom it has his little to-do list, and it says to get pillows and blankets and everything ready for the movie. And then the photos down the bottom are him eating his treats and eating his dinner, and then the both of us snuggled up together to watch our movie. And we ended up watching the Octonauts movie, which I think goes for about 45 minutes, and that was very much as long as he could manage. But it was very cute, and it was very nice to spend that time with him. So, of course, this being the Kidaholics kit for the month of December, there's a bit of a mixture with the Pink Fresh Studios collection, as well as the print shop ephemera from Vicky Bouton. And I am using a little bit of both for this layout. So that paper is, of course, a 12x12 from Pink Fresh Studios. These embellishments here, though, in the pocket that I am creating, are mostly print shop, except then when you get to that circular frame and every single one of the sentiments that I'm sticking on, the phrases, they're all from the Pink Fresh Studio collection. So honestly, these 2, the colours match so beautifully, and they just are interchangeable with each other in this particular layout, and it just works perfectly. So I'm keeping my title pretty simple with this one and filling it up still with a lot of ephemera going to use those two super cute birds because I really like them, and I think that the yellow one especially fits onto this page because I've got so many other pops of yellow on here already, and I just really liked the blue one as well, so I thought I'd pop him on. So I'm just layering up all these bits and bobs on my page. I noticed as I go to stick this down that the vase of flowers was a bit wonky wonky, so I straightened him up. The bird here, the yellow bird here, is sort of half down and half up. Its feet are attached to the page, but the back of the bird is attached to the photo. Then popping on my little blue bird, and then I am going to go ahead and stick on my title. These are just flat stickers that came in a past kit. I cannot remember which month, but they're not three-dimensional. They're not stickers. They're just normal flat stickers. And it is a very simple heading that just says Thomas and Mummy. I don't go into any real details about what this story is about because I will pop on some journaling later on down the track that will explain all of that. Then I pull out some enamel dots that are from a previous Pink Fresh Studio collection and kit. Could have been from years ago though, I'm not 100% sure. And I'm just going to pop on 3 little spots of enamel dots just in and amongst the clusters on the page. Just trying to colour match as best I can. They mostly match pretty well actually, which I'm impressed with. Then a little bit of black splatters and a little bit of gold splatters, and this one is complete. I was contemplating getting out my sewing machine and adding some stitched lines, but I think she is busy enough. I think if I was to add on some sewing, even if I did it in white so it was super subtle, it might have been a really nice touch, and it might have gone with that sort of plaid gingham checker, I don't know what you call it, in the background with that green paper. But I think it might just overwhelm the page a little bit, so I'm just going to keep it with the way it is. And I'm really happy with how this one all came together. I love all the little elements and all the little bits and pieces that really help finish this off. I realize as well that what I made as a pocket with that pink print shop could also have been a banner, but I'm keeping it as like the pocket of a shirt. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video today, and I will see you next month in 2023 in January. Bye everyone.